Today on CCX News, a Minnesota first, the plans to honor the late Representative Melissa Hortman. Thanks for joining us. Representative Melissa Hortman will be the first woman to lie in state at the Minnesota Capitol. Hortman will lie in state next to her husband Mark and their golden retriever Gilbert. All three were shot and killed by an assassin who police say plotted attacks against lawmakers. Their caskets will be on display in the Capitol Rotunda from noon to 5 on Friday. Lying in state is a rare tribute. Fewer than 20 Minnesotans have had their caskets on display at the state capitol. A private funeral will then be held on Saturday and streamed on the Minnesota Department of Public Safety's YouTube page. Meanwhile, the process to fill Representative Hortman's seat rests with the governor. State law lays out how special elections are handled to fill vacant seats. In this case, Governor Tim Walz has until February, the start of the next legislative session, to call the election. Hortman won re-election last fall with 63% of the vote. State representatives serve 2-year terms. A new ordinance in Brooklyn Park could limit where predatory sex offenders can live. The City Council approved a first reading of the policy on Monday. It makes it illegal for a Level 3 predatory offender to live within 500 feet of a park or playground. It also bans offenders from living within 1,000 feet of a school, place of worship, or another predatory offender. There are 21 Level 3 offenders currently living in Brooklyn Park. Police say that's more than any neighboring city. Offenders that violate the ordinance could face up to a year in jail and a fine.
The process will be, it goes to our detectives who handle this. They look at the map and they say, nope, that's not going to work. You can't move here. And so hopefully we stop it before it even gets to that point.
There's an exception in the law if the offender is a minor living with their parents. As we get closer to the possibility of light rail construction through Robbinsdale, Crystal, and Brooklyn Park, a coalition is hard at work to prevent displacement and promote prosperity along the Blue Line Extension corridor. Money from the state will help achieve that goal. Delane Cleveland joins us now to explain. Delane?
Emily, it's called the Anti-Displacement Community Prosperity Program. The state legislature awarded the group $10 million to help with infrastructure surrounding the Blue Line extension.
For us, it's not about the train, but what happens to the people when you announce that a train is getting built, right? Like, what happens to the businesses? And the question we're trying to answer is, how can we help people and businesses not only survive possible construction, but to thrive after the thing gets built?
Ricardo Perez is the chair of the Anti-Displacement Community Prosperity Board. The group consists of residents, business owners, and government leaders from the areas around the Blue Line route. Later this summer, they're asking real estate developers, nonprofits, and other community-based organizations to submit applications for projects that will benefit folks along the Blue Line extension corridor. For every dollar requested from the board, the applicant must have an equal amount of matching funds.
So we're prioritizing housing stabilization, small business support, land acquisition, and workforce development as the buckets that we want to allocate dollars to pay for those activities on the ground.
There will be an informational webinar about the money happening on Thursday and community meetings scheduled in the coming weeks. The application deadline is September 2nd. Reporting in Minneapolis, Delane Cleveland, CCX News. Emily?
Thanks, Delane. The city of Brooklyn Park is considering increasing salaries for the mayor and council members. The city's charter commission made the recommendation after reviewing the salaries of peer cities, most notably the city of Bloomington. Currently, council members make about $12,500, while the mayor makes just under $22,000. The charter commission is proposing a 3% bump for council members and a 5% increase for the mayor. The proposed changes would have to be approved by the city council. A company in Plymouth and another in Brooklyn Center are receiving special recognition. Inc. magazine recently listed 17 Minnesota companies on its 2025 Best Workplaces list. On that list includes Prep Network, a media company in Plymouth that highlights student athletes. Also making the list is Imprint Engine in Brooklyn Center, a company that helps businesses with custom designed merchandise. Inc. magazine makes its selections in part on employee engagement surveys and benefit evaluations. Some Brooklyn Center city playgrounds got a facelift this summer to help with safety. I spoke with a city staffer who shared what a difference that the changes will make.
Good job.
Play is powerful. You can see that in action in Brooklyn Center parks.
You got good day for?
Centennial Park, this is one of our big playground structures.
Corey Anderson Wagner is the public works planner for the city.
It's really important to have a safe and reliable resource.
He says one of the priorities this season is parks.
Residents really wanted to continue improving on playgrounds, and so we already had improved structures, so the next stage for us was, well, we can improve the surfaces.
To start, it's a chance for some smooth sailing in 6 of them.
We expect it to last for about 15 years or so.
In some parts of the playgrounds, they've ditched wood chips and opted for a bouncy, solid, pour-in-place surface. It was paid for by a $100,000 Hennepin County grant and $140,000 of city funds.
So pour-in-place surface has 3 key things that it does well for us. It reduces our maintenance costs, improves accessibility, and then it also improves safety.
Kids tested out the safety factor at Centennial Park on Tuesday morning.
It's easier for them to walk on, and when they fall, it's safer.
And even after her kid took a tumble, LaDonna Malone said she bounced right back.
I actually like it. I said it's better than the wood chips anyways because you get splinters and stuff from the wood chips.
By living up to its goal, the playgrounds are giving kids at play a softer place to land. There is a long list of other projects in the works under the Capital Improvement Plan. We'll post a link to that plan at ccxmedia.org.